poppin', and welcome back to another episode of Fletcher the Fisherman. And today guys, I think we might be fishing with the world's most realistic crawfish lure that there is. Take a look at this thing. It is just incredibly realistic. I mean, all the appendages, the body, everything about it looks exactly like a crawfish. Great color. And this thing has some cool action too because of this tail. The back's actually hard plastic, so you can kind of like maneuver it like that, and I'm interested to see how this thing is in the water. I'm sure y'all are just as ready as I am to see this thing in action. It's a super cool bait, but before I get started with it, I just want to let y'all know, if you're new to the channel, every single week I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so while you're at it, just go ahead and subscribe and hit the like button if you just want to go the extra mile. But let's go ahead and hop right into it and see what this thing is all about. Here goes nothing. Let's go ahead and give it its first toss. It's got a nice rate of fall. I like that. This could be good for getting right up under these canopies that I'm gonna be fishing today. Let me tell you, the water in here is super, super clear. And that is definitely gonna work in my favor today, because typically the clearer the water is, the more realistic of a bait you want. And I definitely believe this bait has all realism covered. So these bass should be munching on this thing in just a minute. I wanted to quickly show y'all one thing I just noticed. If you take a look at the tail right here, it is actually on like a hinge and it wobbles. So if you throw this out there and you reel it back fast enough, you actually almost get like a chatterbait like flutter to it, which is pretty cool. So that could definitely be used to trigger some good bites. Oh, that was a nice thud. That was a nice thud. There's one, there's one. Oh, feels solid too. Oh, this one feels good, guys. This one feels good. Oh, it's a nice tugger. It's a nice tugger. There we go. Solid fish, finally on the board. Oh yeah, she's nice and meaty. Take a look at that. Great first fish. Solid, I would say probably high twos. Super, super healthy fish. Might even be 3 pounds. She crushed that thing. Now that is a pretty healthy fish right there. The bite has been kind of slow recently. The weather's been kind of funky, and I just wasn't quite sure what it was going to be like today, so it took me a while to kind of hone in, but hopefully there's plenty more to come. Great start. I'm sure we'll find plenty of more chunks just like this one. Later, gorgeous. I'm gonna put it right back in there where that last fish was and see if there isn't any more. I'm sure she might have had a friend. This thing skips really well. There's one, there's one. Oh, she came off. Oh, dang. It didn't feel like a great one, so I'm okay with that. But, oh. Man. There's one. Oh, man. Oh, I lost another one. There's one. There's one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why can't I stick them? I don't know why I'm struggling so bad to get the hook in these fish's mouths. That's like 4 missed in a row right here. I don't know if they're just small and aren't taking it all the way. There's one, there's one. That did not take too long. Stuck me a nice little piggy. Come on in here, buddy. There we go, good fish. Oh, no, he got off. Dang. There's one. There is a bass. God, I barely felt her hit that. Oh, goodness. Come here, darling. Get on in the boat. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Now, that is what I call choking the bait. That was a perfect hook set right in the back of the throat. Man, that's how you want them to eat it every single time. Fish number 3, just a wee little chunk. Solid fish, though. We're going to go ahead and get her back in and keep on moving. Bye, beautiful. Oh, I snapped off, but I literally see the bait in the water over here. I see it in the water, guys. No way. No way. Well, even though I can see the bait in the water over there, I actually snapped off the tail itself on that bait, and that was my only one, so that is really unfortunate. I wish that was a little bit sturdier on that bait. I can't believe I snapped that off that easy. We're gonna go ahead and switch to a regular crawl now that we're done with this. Now that the ultra reel crawl is gone for good, I got a vial crawl tied on, and we're just gonna keep on doing this flipping pattern up against these trees. They seem to be holding them fairly well. As far as my setup goes today, I'm using a 7, oh, that thing got smacked as soon as it hit the water. Shoot. But what I'll say as far as my setup goes today is I have a 7-1 medium heavy fast action rod, and I have that paired up with a 7-to-1 gear ratio with fluorocarbon, and that's gonna be a perfect little setup for flipping anything with like little jigs, little soft plastics, anything like that. It's also gonna be pretty much your standard go-to setup for pretty much any beginner. That's what you're gonna want, is a 7-1 around a 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod that allows you to pretty much cover anything and everything you want to do. Obviously you can get more complex with specific techniques with really getting specific rods, but that rod right there that I just described is gonna be perfect for 99% of what you need to do. There's one, there's one. Stuck him. Didn't take long for the vial crawl to deliver for me. This guy is running under the boat. Oh, he's a little flopper. He's a little flopper. Got too much line in. Gotta give him just a tad so I can get him on up in the boat right here. He's dancing for me. These bass are super active right now. The wind is picked up and these bass are starting to bite. Good fish. Look at that. Pretty little green guy. Later, buddy. There's one. There's one. Vial crawl is sticking them right now. Good little fish. Come here, buddy. Get yourself in the boat. Oh, yes. Crushed it. As I said on that last fish, the wind has really picked up. This pressure's dropping, the storm system's moving in, and these fish are getting super active. That the last like 3 bites I've had have been within like 7 or 8 minutes of each other. Great fish. Gonna go ahead and toss her back in. Later. Man, my hand slipped off my reel right there when I was going to set the hook. Little sucker took me off my little tails. Ooh. Oh, I just dropped this rod in the water. That would have been a very expensive mistake. Oh my gosh. There's one. First cast with a new crawl on. Let's go. Let's go. Came up and smoked it. Could not stand it. He just had to have it. He just had to have it, and man, he delivered. Come on in here, buddy. That's a nice one. Oh yeah, that is a nice little slab right there. Solid fish, probably pushing high 2s, maybe 3.5, nah, not 3.5, like 3 1/4. Good fish. Take a look at this little brute. She is gorgeous, super thick, just a very healthy fish, man. Can't ask for much better than that. We're gonna keep on fishing, keep on moving. I only have about 30 more minutes to fish, so hopefully we get a few more like this. Great bass. Let's get her back in. Peace. There's one, right up under that dock. Good fish. Right where she was supposed to be. Yes, sir. I have to say, why I really like that super realistic crawl that I was using earlier, I really just don't think it's as good as a regular crawl. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I've been smacking them since I switched over. Good fish. Take note, guys. This is how you catch a bass. Oh, I called it. Look at that. That was so funny.
I told you guys, break out the pen and paper, start taking notes, because that is how you do it. Right there. Called that fish. She munched it too. I had a really good feeling that this fish was going to be there because it was a windblown bank. It was an isolated piece of cover. It's pretty much the only thing right in the general vicinity. And I just knew it. I just knew there had to be a nice little guy on there. Not big, but beautiful.
Hopefully y'all enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, smash that like button and subscribe. And as always, Bassin' is passion. Peace out.